Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit and breathe. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is July 12th, 2023. It's on Wednesday, and sunny outside. But according to the weather forecast, it will be rainy from noon. Let's see. How are you spending Wednesday? Do you have a work or school today? Or do you have a day off today? It hinges on your schedule. It depends on your schedule. It's all up to your schedule. How do you like Wednesday? Do you have a plan for weekend or nothing? Are you excited to go to the beach on the weekend? Watch out for shark or jellyfish. Watch out for jellyfish when you are swimming in the sea. Watch out for the cars coming. Watch out for cars coming on the road. When you cross the street, please watch out for the cars. We cannot be too careful when we cross the street. When we swim in the sea, we cannot be too careful when we swim in the sea. Watch out for the car. 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 All you have to do is to push the emergency button when the machine goes out of control, okay? I'd like to tell you the treatment when the machine goes out of control. Push the button, the red button. The red button is pushed when it is emergency. And some people tend to be out of control after drinking alcohol beverages. And some people are apt to be out of control. Some people tend to be out of control. Some people are inclined to be out of control after drinking too much alcoholic beverages. And some people cannot control his or her emotions after getting anger. And some people go out of control with anger. Some people are apt to be out of control with a lot of anger, rage. And some people tend to be out of control. Some people are apt to be out of control with outrage. Some people are inclined to be out of control with outrage. I don't like to driving my car on a steep slope. I don't like to drive on a steep slope. Do you? Do you too? I don't like to drive my car on a steep slope, which is scary. And if it is a traffic signal on the steep steep slope, it is the worst. If there is a traffic signal on the steep slope, which is the worst, I will fear bumping into the car behind me if I fail to start on the steep hill. Steep, steep. Steep slope. The house or the museum is located on the steep slope. So please be careful when you approach the museum. Although the museum is located on the steep slope, there are huge parking lots on the next street. So you don't have to worry about parking your cars. There are much space. Steep. Steeps. I don't like steeps. Especially when the road is icy. The car might slip. So I don't like steeps. The slipping problem and hitting a car behind me problem. There are two problems I don't like the steep slope with. For one is the car might slip on the icy road in winter, and I might bump into another car by fail to start my car on the steep slope. So I don't like the steeps. Steeps. Steep. There are many steeps in Tokyo, and I sometimes see people running on the steeps for training. Do you like training on the steeps? On the steeps in Tokyo? Do you like to train with the steeps in Tokyo? Have you trained yourself on the steeps before? Steeply constructed steps. Steeply constructed steps. I saw steeply constructed steps in the castle tower. Constructing the step steeply will make space, but it will also make it harder to climb and climb down. It depends on your taste, needs, demands, and so on. Steeply. Steeply constructed steps, steeply constructed wall, steeply constructed ladder, steeply constructed steps in the castle tower, steeply. The course on the skyway, on the road, the course of the road can be very steep at some points on the way, so please be careful. Steeply, steeply, steeply constructed steps, steeply, steeply, steeply. Steeply. Steeply, 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 steeply. Stock prices can skyrocket steeply. Stock prices and other prices can drop steeply. Steeply sloped road. Steeply pitched roof. Steeply pitched house. Steeply sloping. Steeply sloping. Steeply sloping. Steeply sloping field. I don't like. Steeply leaned house. Steeply leaned house. The steeply leaned house is about to collapse unless it is fixed by the professionals. Steeply. Steeply leaned house. Steeply sloping path. We are entering steeply sloping path. Please be careful when you drive on a steeply sloping path. Please slow down when you enter steeply sloping path. Steeply sloping path. Please be careful and slow down your car when you enter steeply sloping path road. The steeply sloping roof is to shed off the snow in winter, to protect the roof from heavy snow. Steeply winding street. Steeply winding mountain road. Steeply winding street road. Steeply winding mountain road. And car racing on a steeply winding mountain road can be a problem. Car racing on a steeply winding mountain road are sometimes brought up on news as problem. Car races on a steeply sloping winding road are sometimes brought up on news on TV. And car races on a steeply winding mountain road are brought up, raised on news. Steeply sloping roof. Steeply sloping path. Steeply sloping roof. Steeply sloping path. Steeply sloping roof. Steeply sloping tunnel. Steeply winding street. Steeply constructed ladder. Steeply sloping path. Steeply constructed steps in the castle tower. Steeply sloping roof. Steeply sloping road. Steeply sloping street. The house is located on a steeply sloping street. The house is located along the steeply sloping path. Steeply. Do you know the reason why the steps in the castle tower is steepened? Steepened. The stairs in the castle tower are steepened. Steepening the steps in the house will make more space, but at the same time it will make it more difficult, harder to climb and climb down. Steepening the steps in the house will make you have more space, but at the same time it will be more difficult to climb and climb down. Steepening the slope. Steepening the jumping angle contributed to a higher jump, longer jump. Steepening the throwing angle of the disc helped me to throw far away. Steepening, 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 steepening the angle of the disc throwing helped me to throw far away, further, further, further. Steepening the angle of the disc throwing helped me to throw further. Steepening the angle of my disc throwing, contributed to me throwing the disc further. Steepening the angle of my disc throwing contributed to me throwing the disc further. Steepen, 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 steepen. Steepen, steepen. Steepening the jumping angle helped him to jump further. Steepening the angle of the throwing angle contributed to me throwing shorter instead. Steepen. Steepen the angle of the disc throwing. Steepen the angle of the jump. Steepen the angle of disc throwing. Steepening the angle of the jumping might help you to jump further. Steepening the angle of the jumping might help you to jump further and higher. Steepening the angle up to 45 degrees might help you to jump further. Steepening the angle of your disc throwing up to 45 degrees might contribute to you throwing further. Steepening the angle of the disc throwing up to 45 degrees might help you to throw the disc further. Steepen. Steepening the water drain from the air conditioner was made to prevent obstacles inside from stuck. The water pipe drain from the air conditioner is steepened to prevent obstacles inside from getting stuck. The water pipe drain from the air conditioner is steepened to prevent obstacles from jammed. Day by day, my throwing angle is steepening. I don't know why. Because my feeling to throw the disc further is getting stronger, which made me throw with higher angle. Steepen. The climbing wall of the attraction is steepening and harder to complete for the athletes to complete. The climbing wall of the attraction is getting steepening. It's steepening more and more because it was super easy for everyone else to complete the game. So the climbing wall of the attraction was steepened. The leaning house is steepening day by day, which is about to collapse unless it is fixed. The leaning house is steepening. It is about to collapse. The leaning wall of the house is steepening. It is about to collapse. Stephen. It is about to rain. It is up to rain. It is up to rain. It is going to be rain. It is going to rain. It is going to be rainy. It is up to rain. 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 Snoring sound never fails to disturb me. Snoring sound never fails to disturb me. The examinees were disturbed by the noise coming from outside, such as car, club activities, and so on. Don't disturb me. I was often told by my mother not to disturb my brother while he was studying. Don't disturb. Do not disturb. There was a tag with the message of do not disturb on the doorknob of the room. There is a tag on the doorknob showing either do not disturb or please make up at the hotel. There is always often a tag showing do not disturb or make up please on the doorknob of a hotel. There is usually a tag written either do not disturb or make up please at the doorknob of a room in a hotel. I was super disturbed to realize that my score was not enough to pass the examination. I was often disturbed by realizing that I couldn't reach the passing grade. I was often disturbed to know that my score didn't reach the passing grade. I was often disturbed to realize that my score didn't reach the passing grade. Disturbed. All of the tourists were disturbed when the earthquake happened and the traffic suspended. Disturbed. 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 I easy to be disturbed by being criticized with trivial things too, trivial subtle things too. I am easy to be disturbed by a trivial things, by a subtle thing. I am easy to be disturbed by a subtle thing, by a subtle thing, by a trivial thing. I want to be disturbed by such a thing. I grew up to be strong. I've grown up to be strong. I've grown up to be strong enough not to be disturbed by your criticisms. I was disturbed by the horrible news of the country where I was going to. I was often disturbed by the score I got on the test. I was often disturbed by the scores I got on tests. I was often disturbed by the scores I got on tests. We have been disturbed by the uncertainty of the life forever, eternally, everlasting. We might be disturbed by uncertainty of the future forever. This might be life. We might have been disturbed by the uncertainty of the future. Disturbing stories on news. So some people try not to read news so that they won't be disturbed. Please, no more disturbing stories, please. Disturbing story. Disturbing factors preventing me from going abroad. Disturbing factors preventing me from going abroad is dropping yen. Disturbing, 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 disturbing. Zero knowledge is a disturbing factor. Disturbing. No more disturbing story, please. The dropping yen is a perfect factor to be disturbing. Dropping yen feels like disturbing. Disturbing factor. Dropping yen is a disturbing factor for me. Dropping yen is a disturbing factor for me. Dropping yen is a disturbing factor, cause, reason for me. Dropping yen is a disturbing factor for me. Dropping yen is a disturbing factor for me. Disturbing. Disturbing. Dropping yen is a disturbing story. Disturbing factor, not story. Disturbing. Disturbing events can happen in a row. Disturbing events can happen in a row. Like strict regulations or deregulations on something you are working on, you are related to. Dropping yen, shrinking economy, and so on. The two fighters were so aggressive each other at the press conference one day before the fight, but after fighting, they got along with each other and hugged each other after the fight. Aggressive fight. The fans are excited to see the aggressive fight. The fans are excited to see the aggressive fight by the two fighters. Aggressive. The fans are eager to see the aggressive fight of the two fighters. The fans are excited to see the aggressive fight of the two fighters. Aggressive leadership, aggressive movement, aggressive willingness, aggressive asking questions, aggressive vote, aggressive something. Aggressive movement in everything. Aggressive, 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 aggressiveness. Learning with aggressiveness might be lacked in many students nowadays because knowing the tips over the subject are becoming, of course, they take learning and knowing the knowledge from teachers for granted. So I think, given the situation, many students are learning things with less aggressiveness nowadays. Aggressiveness. 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 The fighter answered some questions with aggressiveness. He was about to hit the opponent. He was about to hit the opponent while at the press conference, but he was stopped by the bodyguard. Aggressiveness. 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 Learning with aggressiveness might be lacked in many students nowadays. Aggressiveness. 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 Some people tend to show their aggressiveness after some time when we know each other deeply. But when we meet someone for the first time, they don't tend to show the aggressiveness. They try to be nice. But with time, some people exhibit, display aggressiveness later. Aggressiveness, aggressiveness. Aggressiveness of the animal is well known, so be careful. Aggressiveness of crocodile. Aggressiveness from us can be shown when we are angry. Aggressiveness of us can be shown when we are angry. There was an employee who didn't show any aggressiveness in the office, but he exhibited his aggressiveness in a house, in his private house. He was pushing the anger to his wife. Exhibit aggressiveness. Staff will not display aggressiveness when they are communicating with the customers. The boxer was answering questions with aggressiveness. Attitude of aggressiveness. Attitude of aggressiveness. How much is the aggressiveness of the disease? How evil is the aggressiveness of the tumor? Aggressiveness. With time, the staff displayed an attitude of aggressiveness. Aggressiveness. Attitude of aggressiveness. The boxer exhibited aggressive attitude. The attitude of aggressiveness. The boxer adopted an attitude of aggressiveness to the opponent. The boxer adopted an attitude of aggressiveness to the opponent. Aggressiveness. The boxer was commenting aggressively towards and against the opponent. Aggressively. Learning aggressively is lacked in many students, I think, nowadays. Learning aggressively is very important nowadays, but I think many students are lacked. Many students are lack of learning actively, aggressively. Aggressively. Many people criticize others aggressively. The boxer was making remarks aggressively against the opponent. Aggressively. Aggressively. I try to exercise aggressively. I aggressively try to exercise every day. And some people aggressively try to learn new things. And some people aggressively try to learn new things. Try to gather information about new things such as artificial intelligence, IoT, ChatGPT, and so on. And some people aggressively try to learn new things. And some people aggressively try to learn, seek to learn, look to learn, seek to learn, strive to learn, attempt to learn new things. Aggressively. Your policy, aggressively trying to learn new things, is very well reputed. Aggressively. On trying to learn new things aggressively is well reputed. Running a risk, taking a risk aggressively is the last thing I will do. I wish I could take a risk. I wish I could take a risk like you. I wish I could brave enough to take a risk. I wish I were brave enough to run a risk aggressively. I wish I were brave, courageous enough to be able to take a risk aggressively. 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 Aggression. Aggression into the town. 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 Aggression into the town was made at dawn. Aggression into the town was made at dawn. Aggression into human rights. It is obviously the aggression against human rights which cannot be allowed, tolerated. The remarks made by the politician was regarded as the aggression against human rights. The remarks made by the politician was viewed as the aggression into the citizens. The notorious amendment of the law was seen as the aggression against a freelancer. The newly enacted law by the government has been viewed as the aggression against the freelancer. The newly enacted law and its regard procedures were regarded as the aggression into the freelancer. Aggression. The newly enacted law and more intricate procedures to pay the tax were regarded as the aggression against the freelancer. Aggression into the town was made at dawn. aggression, aggression, aggression into the region was made at dawn. The newly enacted law and intricate, more confusing procedures to pay tax were regarded as aggression against freelancer, aggression, aggression into the region, aggression into the area. Do you regard the amendment aggression into the freelancer? Aggression. Do you regard the judgment by the ruling by the judge aggression into the human rights? Aggression, 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 aggression into the region at dawn, aggression against human rights. Aggression against the government, aggression against the company, aggression against the teacher, aggression against the new policy. Aggression against the tourism. Aggression against the younger generation. The newly enacted law and more confusing procedure to pay for tax were regarded, viewed, seen as the aggression into the freelancer. The athlete was answering questions out of breath, and soon after the 100-meter run. Do you like athletic things? Athletic facility. What is constructed? What is being constructed over there? It is athletic facility being constructed over there. Athletic facility is being constructed over there. According to the prediction, according to the plan, it will be completed in 2 years, I see. I cannot wait to enjoy swimming in the swimming pool. I see. Do you like swimming? Yes. Athletic, 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 athletic enjoyment, athletic enjoyment. Let's promote the citizens' health through the enjoyment of athletic things, through the athletic enjoyment, through the athletic enjoyment, through the athletic enjoyment. Let's promote civilians' health through athletic enjoyment, athletic enjoyment, athletic enjoyment, athletic difficulty, athletic genre, athletic kinds, athletic types, athletic facilities. What is the building being constructed over there? It is an athletic facility scheduled to be open in 2 years. Athletic facility, athletic facility, athletic hall, athletic gym, athletic building, athletic purpose. The hall is also used for athletic purpose. The hall can be used for many purposes, not only baseball, but also for live athletic things and so on. I see. Much things. Athletic, 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 athletic. athletic, 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 athletics. Let's promote the health of the citizen through the athletics, 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 athletics. Athletics. Let's promote the citizens' health through athletics. Through athletics. Let's promote the citizens' health through athletics. 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 Do you like athletics, such as disc throwing, 100 meters run, bar throwing, jumping over the bar, and so on? I have a colleague who never goes to Tokyo without visiting Tokyo Disneyland. I have a colleague who never goes to Tokyo without visiting Disneyland. I would never go to Tokyo without visiting Tokyo Disneyland. He never goes to Tokyo without visiting Disneyland. He never goes to Tokyo without visiting Disneyland. Never say kekko. Until you see Nikko. Please do not operate the machine without stretching and preparation. Do not start your job without preparation. I think many people never challenge without being perfect, which means they never challenge because we cannot be perfect at all. I think many people never challenge without being perfect. How often do I exercise? How often do I have to exercise to keep my health? Excuse me, how often do you think I have to exercise to keep my health? Excuse me, how often do I have to exercise to keep my health? Exercise, do exercise. How often do I have to do exercise? Do exercise. Do exercise. Do exercise. 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 Do exercise. Do exercise. Do exercises. How often do you do exercises? Daily? Once a day? Every 2 weeks? Every week? Every 2 days? Every other day? Exercise. Do exercises. Do exercises frequently. Do exercises as possible, as many times as you can. Do exercises as many times as you can. I did exercises as many times as I could before the performance. Exercise myself. Having a pet dog or cat might be the strategy to force ourselves to do exercise. Having a pet dog or cat might be a strategy to force ourselves to exercise to take a walk as exercise. Exercise my dog, exercise my cat, exercise my pet dog. Exercise myself in swimming. I used to exercise myself in swimming, but I forgot. It was a very long time ago when I was a kindergarten student. Exercise. Exercise. Exercise my dog to bow when he wants to have a food, he wants to get a food. Do you know how to exercise my pet dog to bow when he or she wants to get a food? Do you know how to exercise my pet dog to bow when he wants to get a food? Do you know how to train my dog to bow when he wants to get a food? Exercise. Exercise yourself daily, frequently. Exercise myself. Exercise myself. Exercise myself in swimming, running, stretching, and so on. Is stretching included in the exercise? Is stretching included in the exercise? Is exercise involved in the exercise? Is stretching involved in the exercise? Exercise. Exercise my dog by taking a walk together. Exercise my pet dog by taking a walk together every day. Exercise my pet dog by taking a stroll together every evening. I do exercise my pet dog by taking a stroll together every evening. I exercise my pet dog by taking a stroll together every evening. I try to exercise myself by taking a walk with my dog together every evening. The walking will be an exercise to a certain extent. I was exercised in swimming, but I forgot to swim because it was very long time ago. If we want to be forced to exercise, maybe having a pet dog might be a strategy. If we want to be forced to work, if we want to be compelled to work, if we want to be obliged to work, exercise, maybe having a pet dog or cat might be a strategy. If we want to be forced to work, perhaps having a pet dog or cat might be the strategy, because you will be forced to go for a walk with a pet dog every evening or night or morning. Exercise. How often do you exercise before performance, before your concert? As many times as you want, as many hours as you can, or only 1 hour or 30 minutes to save your energy. Everyone has their own schedule, routine, and so on. As preparation. Exercise. Do you like exercising? I tend to be lack of exercise. I am apt to be lack of exercise. I am inclined to be want of exercise. I tend to be want of exercise. I am apt to be want of exercise. Exercise in a huge place, ground. Exercise in a park. Exercise around the Imperial Palace. Running around the Imperial Palace as exercise. Do you like exercising in a park? Do you like exercising at the beach? Drinking a cup of coffee might be the routine of many people. Drinking a cup of coffee might be the routine of many people. Routine. Are you bored with routine of the workplace? Are you bored at the routine of the job? Daily routine of the job. Are you bored at daily routine of the job? Drinking a cup of coffee or energy drink might be routine of many people. Drinking a cup of coffee in the morning as with breakfast will be the routine for many people. Routine. 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 Are you bored at the daily routine of the work, of the job? Routine. Drinking a cup of coffee will be the routine for many people. Drinking a cup of coffee or a bin of energy drink might be routine for many people. Drinking a cup of coffee after lunch will be the routine for many people to prevent us from getting sleepy. Studying English is a routine of mine. Studying English every day is the routine of mine. Studying English is the daily routine of mine. How long do you think it will take for us to go back to the routine life after the virus pandemic? How long do you think we can go back to the routine life after the pandemic? How soon do you think we can go back to the routine life after the pandemic? And how soon do you expect that we can go back to the routine life after the pandemic? How soon do you think we can go back to the routine life after the pandemic? Routine, routine life. Are you missing the routine life before the virus pandemic? Yes, I was missing the routine life before the pandemic. I think everybody did. I was dreaming of going back to the routine, normal life before the pandemic. Routine, routine, routine. Routine, 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 routine life, routine scenery of the river. Routine scenery of the river was changed drastically after the typhoon and heavy rain. The river has two different perspectives. One is the current of the river flowing calmly, and the other is flowing so quickly like a violent storm. Routine scenery, routine atmosphere. This is the routine atmosphere of the company. Eating lunch together in the office. Routine, routine. Routine. And eating lunch in his car is his routine. Eating lunch on his own in his car is his routine. Are you missing the routine life before the virus pandemic? Are you missing the routine lives before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Routine, routine. Are you bored at daily routine at the workplace? Routine, routine occasion, routine event, routine problems from the machine, routine error. Having a quarrel between the couple is a routine in this office. Having a picnic in this department was routine until before the pandemic. Having a picnic under the sakura tree was routine in this department until before the pandemic. Routine. Talking without a mask was routine until before the pandemic. Talking without a mask was routine. Routine event, routine life until before the pandemic. Talking without a mask was a routine until before the pandemic. Routine. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Having a quarrel every day is a routine for the couple. Having a quarrel every day is a routine. It's routine for the couple. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Routine. Routine. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Routine. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Having a quarrel is routine for the couple. Giving us error. The machine giving us error is routine during the production. So we are always bothered by how to solve the problems. The production machine giving us errors for things is routine during the production. So we are always prevented and bothered by solving them, resolving them, dealing with them, coping with them. Routine. 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 Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? Routine. Routine. Are you missing the routine life before the pandemic? It seems that the crimes have been committed routinely by the same entity, violent group, antisocial group. It appears to be that the crimes have been committed by the same violent group routinely. It seems that the crimes have been committed by the same entity routinely. It seems that the crimes have been committed routinely. It seems that the crimes have been committed. Commit. Routinely. It seems that the crimes have been committed routinely by the same entity. Same entity. Same entity. It seems that the crimes have been committed routinely by the same antisocial group. It seems that the crimes have been routinely committed by the same fraudulent company, fraudulent entity, organization. It seems that the crimes have been routinely committed by the same antisocial group. Routinely. 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 routinely, 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 routinely. I was drinking a cup of coffee routinely in the morning when the earthquake happened. When I was routinely drinking a cup of coffee when the earthquake happened, aroused, happened, came about. Routinely. While I was commuting routinely on the route, I came across a deer crossing the road. While I was routinely commuting on the road, me include as well as you run into wild deer crossing the road. While I was routinely commuting on the road, I as well as other commuters came across a wild deer crossing the street road. Routinely. I am studying English routinely, like every day. Routinely. 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 I drink a cup of coffee every after lunch routinely. I dare to take a different course, different route from everyone else, which made me more unique. I dare to take the different route from everyone else's route. We took the different route from the one we climbed the mountain from. We took the different route when we climbed down the mountain from the one we climbed up with. We took the different route from the one we climbed the mountain up from. We took the different route when we climbed down the mountain from the one we climbed up the mountain from. We took the different route from the one we took for the climb up. Route 66, Route 55, Route 54, Route 59, Route 120, Route. I am taking my own route. I am taking my own route. I am taking my own way route. Take a route. Take a route, no matter how others criticize you, no matter who criticizes you, no matter who criticizes you. Take your own way. Take your own way. Take your own way. Take your own way. Take your own route. Take your own route. Take your own route. Take your route. Take your route. No matter who criticizes you, no matter what happens, no matter where you are, take your route. Take your route. I will take my route, no matter who criticizes me, no matter where I am, no matter what happens. This is my policy. This is my way of thinking. This is my own life. Route. I go my own way. I take my route. Take your route. I dare to take my route, my own route, my own route. I am taking 100 degrees totally different route from everyone else. I am taking totally different course. I am taking a totally different route. I am taking a totally different route. I am taking a totally different route from everyone else. I am taking my route, my own route. I am taking the most difficult route. I am taking the most difficult route. I was told that I should choose the most difficult route when I have to choose from the two choices. So I am taking the most difficult route now. Take the right route. Take the left route. Take the most difficult route. Take the easiest route. Whatever, it depends on you. Whether or not you take easier or the most difficult route, it depends on you. Take your route. Take your route. I am taking my route. I am taking my route. I am taking my route. I dare to take my route. I dare to take my route. I dare to take my route. Is stretching included in exercise? Is stretching included in exercise? Do you like exercising? I stretch for a period of time. I used to stretch for a period of time, but I quit. Stretch, 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 stretch. Do you like stretching? Stretch, 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 stretch. Stretch. Stretch my leg. Stretch my waist enough to be able to reach my toes. I stretch my waist and back so that my fingers could reach the toes of the feet. The more I stretch my back, waist, the nearer my fingers approached the toes of my feet. Stretch. Stretch the string of the string phone. Have you experimented for the string phone? Unless the string is stretched enough, you cannot hear the other saying from the cup. Have you experimented string phone made of a cup and string? Unless the string is not straight enough, you cannot hear the voice from others. Have you experimented the string cord made of a cup and string? Unless the string is stretched enough, you cannot hear the voice from the opponent. Stretch. Stretch my legs as possible as could. I stretched my legs as possible as could. I stretched my arms and legs on the bed after coming back from outside, and I felt very comfortable. I stretched my legs and arms on the bed after coming from outside with the shape of dai, meaning big in Japanese. You stretch your body and prepare for the practice. Stretching our parts of body such as legs, arms, fingers, waist, back, and so on as preparation before working on the practice is very important to prevent us from getting injured, right? Stretch, stretch. Stretch your legs. Stretch the map on the table. Keep stretching the string. Keep stretching the string, please. Keeping stretching the string will make it easier to cut it with the scissors. Keeping the strings stretched will help us to cut it easier. Stretching the string will help you to cut it easier with the scissors. I was mesmerized the stretch of the wetland of Kushiro wetland. When I went to the observatory of the Kushiro wetland, I was mesmerized by the stretch. It was so huge, beyond description. I want you to see how beautiful it was. Stretch of my skin rashes has been shrinking thanks to the medicine. Excuse me, doctor, I'd like to shrink or eradicate the stretch of the skin rashes. Excuse me, I'd like to eradicate or even decrease the stretch of the skin rashes. Stretch of the population was not so long. It was not long before the stretch of the population spread all over the world. Stretch of the population, stretch of the internet. The stretch of the internet drastically changed the way we do businesses with. The stretch of the internet in the world drastically changed the way we do business in. The stretch of the internet drastically, thoroughly inside out changed the way we do business in. Change the way we do business in. Stretch. The stretch of the internet drastically changed the way we do business in. The stretch of the internet in the world drastically, thoroughly, inside out changed the way we do business in. The stretch of the internet changed the way we do business in. The stretch of the internet drastically, thoroughly, inside out, absolutely, definitely changed the way we do business in. Stretch of the wetland, stretch of the huge land, stretch of the mountains. The stretch is a plateau. The stretch of the plateau. The stretch of the huge plateau. The stretch of trees, and trees. Stretch of the trees. Stretch of the trees. I was really mesmerized, astonished, stunned by the huge stretch of the wetland, Kushiro wetland. I was so stunned, astonished, surprised, mesmerized by the huge stretch of the Kushiro wetland. Stretch. Stretchy mat. Stretchy materials. In summer, I wear a pair of trousers with stretchy materials, which is more comfortable for summer. In summer, I wear a pair of trousers with stretchy materials. Stretchy. Stretchy clothes. Stretchy clothes. Stretchy materials. Stretchy materials are used for the clothes. For the trousers. Stretchy. 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 Stretchy materials are used for the trousers, which is comfortable for me. Stretchy. 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 Stretchy material. In summer, I buy a pair of trousers, which is stretchy. Stretchy, which are stretchy. Stretchy materials of the trousers are comfortable to wear for me. Stretchy. Stretchy. Because of the stretchy materials of the trousers, it can be shrinked after the washing. Have you ever experienced that? After washing, the trousers became more tight for you, right? Stretchy, 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 stretchy. Stretchy material, stretchy material. Stretchy, stretchy. Stretchy sheets of the bedding. Stretchy material of the cloth. Stretchy material of the trousers make it more comfortable to wear. The thin and stretchy materials of the trousers feels comfortable for me. The thin and stretchy materials of the trousers feel more comfortable for me. Feel comfortable for me in summer. The thin and stretchy materials of the trousers feel so comfortable for me. The thin and stretchy materials of the trousers feel so comfortable for me. Stretchy. Stretchy. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you!